Hi, I'm Raleigh Brown. This is another curve flattening concert. The first man in is Steve DeHaas, and his first question is, how is Charlie doing? Charlie is doing fine. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Charlie after some people arrive. But Steve, you're the only guy here I see right now, so we'll wait a minute or two. Here's Slim Edelman. He's here, and looks like people are kind of starting to file in. This is usually when it's a good time to cloink you. Somebody, I think it was Amy Roach, asked what cloink meant, and Rhonda explained. Linda Worster, you are not invisible. Go girl. Welcome. Welcome to the land of the living. We'll talk about that too. I see Ann Mintz, I see Deb Libby Clark, I see David Arthur Radcliffe and Ken Nashif and Rhonda. And yes, woohoo is right, Linda. And here we are. I'm going to cloink you. So Rhonda explained to Amy Roach that cloink was a kind of combination of clinking your glasses and oink. And that goes back to our buddy, the Kokomo Kid, Guy Davis, who amidst his other crazy shtick, and what's the word for it? I can't remember right now. But anyhow, everybody had their own little pig. And actually, well, if I go get the pig, it'll wake up the sleeping giant down here. And so that's where the cloink word comes from. And I should have drunk more coffee because it tasted good. And my old friend Skip Staples is here, and Leslie and Ruben the dog. Nice to see you guys, and Warren and Janelle and Margot Lemieux and Rhonda Scott Merrick, people from all over the place. And I'm wondering if I might be able to capture the little monster here. He's in one of those rare positions where you can see his ear has fallen opened the way a cattle dog's ear is supposed to be, instead of the floppy-eared look that he usually projects. So that's little Charlie, all 65 pounds of him, and he's sleeping peacefully, which was not the case a short time ago. There, we're just going to turn this just a little bit more. And is that a good height? I think that's not bad. I might just stick with this. Steve Davidson, S.A. Tudhope. Rhonda Scott Merrick says, you had a squirrel. I did have a squirrel, Squirrely the squirrel. And not sure where he ended up. He might have been eaten by a certain dog. And but I ended up with a pig. I had, what was his name? I forget that too. I'll come up with it before we're done. He's over behind the TV there, but we're not going to get him right now. So, but I'm just rambling here, so I should play some music. We have a few people here. I will say some more hellos shortly. This first one today is a song by Dave Van Ronk, which is actually a bunch of old blues lyrics cobbled together into a really good blues. With just one of the earliest finger-picking blueses I learned, and I just loved the interplay between the guitar and voice on this. It's called the Bad Dream Blues. Well, I woke up this morning, good gal on my mind. I woke up this morning, good gal on my mind. I woke up this morning, good gal on my mind. She's a sweet little woman, I hate to leave her behind. Now did you ever dream like you wake up cold and coat in hand? Did you ever dream that you wake up cold in hand? Ever dream that you wake up cold in hand? That's a sure sign, baby, your woman's got another man. Now my right side jump, my flesh begin. You know my flesh begin to crawl. My right side jump, my flesh begin to crawl. My right side jump and my flesh begin to crawl. That's a sure sign, baby, there's another mule kicking in your stall. Now if you don't want me, please don't let me, honey, please don't let me know. If you don't want me, please don't let me know. Well, if you don't want me, please don't let me know. You know, a man like me, well, he needs somewhere to go. Now if I mistreat you, sure don't mean no harm. You know I sure don't mean no harm. Baby, if I mistreat you, I sure don't mean no harm. Yes, if I mistreat you, sure don't mean no harm. I'm a motherless child and I'm a long way from my home. I got trouble in my mind, I guess I always will. I got trouble in my mind, and I guess I always will. Trouble in my mind, and I guess I always will. Trouble and love, they're bound to get me killed. I woke up this morning, good gal on my mind. I woke up this morning, good gal on my mind. I woke up this morning, good gal on my mind. She's a sweet little woman and I hate to leave her behind. The Bad Dream Blues by Dave Van Ronk and Slim Edelman, as is so often the case, says I played that, and Slim may notice that I'm playing it in drop D tuning, whereas Van Ronk actually recorded it in open D, but open D is more of a pain in the ass to get into, and so drop D is easier and it sounds almost identical. Just in case anybody's keeping score. I see Kate Mack is here again. That's another non-invisible. Let me kind of go back and see all the people I missed. Donna Greenberg, Helene Tober Fowler. I said hi to Rhonda and to Skip. Steve Davidson, S.A. Tudhope. Rich Fowler. I said hi to Ken. Michael Anthony Wood. David Arthur Radcliffe. Ken Terrell over there in the UK. And Pignacious is the name of my pig. Thanks, Deb Libby Clark. You have more brain cells than I do, apparently. It's a little tough. Carol Pratt is here a little bit late. It's a beautiful day here too, Carol. And it's gone straight from winter into lawn tractor season, which puts Charlie in a mood of great pique constantly. Which is why today, usually I have a window open, the drapes open for some natural light, but not happening. He was right up at that window getting ready to bark at the lawn tractors that he can't even see. Bunny Barnes is here, and Keith Shaw is on YouTube today. He's got me on the TV. I love YouTube on the TV. It's pretty cool. And I said hi to Kate Mack, the Uninvisible, along with Linda Worcester. At the end of the concert today, I am going to post. Linda sent me a short paragraph explaining exactly how she found the way to get out of being invisible. And I'm going to post that on in the comments at the end of the concert, if I remember to, which is always a crapshoot. And then if there are any of you who I will announce in a moment who want to become visible, who were not formerly visible, you may do so. Kathy Marzik is here, and Charlotte Cantrell and Dave Mason over there in Scotland, Judy Wong in Massachusetts, Debbie Moore, Mike Verbeck in Pittsburgh. Okay, guys, so next up... Next up is a Phil Ochs song, one of my favorite Phil Ochs songs, one of many. You might not consider it a typical one. It's not a protest song. It's a beautiful story song. It was on an Indiana farm in the middle of the country, growing in the fields of grain. Jim Dean of Indiana. His mama died when he was a boy. His daddy was a stranger. Marcus Winslow took him in. Nobody seemed to want him. The hired man sang like a storm. Sometimes he would beat him. He would never do the chores. He was lost in dreaming. He never seemed to find a place with the flatlands and the farmers. So he had to leave one day. He said to be an actor. Once he came back from the movie town with starlets from the stages. They locked themselves inside his room. The people turned their faces. Then a neighbor ran from the movie house. The chickens, they were scattered. He swore he saw upon the screen Jim Dean of Indiana. He played a boy without a home, torn with no tomorrow, reaching out to touch someone, a stranger in the shadow. The Winslow's left for the movie town. They drove across the country. They hoped that he would stay around, and they hoped he would be friendly. He talked to them for half an hour, but he was busy racing, and he left for the Grapevine Road, and they left for Indiana. Then Marcus heard on the radio that a movie star was dying. He turned the tuner way down low, so Hortense could go on sleeping. It was not until they reached the farm where the hired man was waiting. The wind was silent through the grain. It was just as they had told him. They buried him just down the road, a mile from the farmhouse. That is where I placed a flower for Jim Dean of Indiana. Jim Dean of Indiana by Phil Oakes. And one time, I've told this story here before, but a couple of you might not have been here. One time, Jan and I were driving, we're out for a Tai Chi thing in Indiana. We were driving along, and there was Fairmount, Indiana, home of James Dean. So we got off the highway, we were in no big hurry, and we went into town. And there was a little museum, a little James Dean museum, which was kind of cool. But the cool thing was that they told us how to get to the cemetery and to the house. So we were able to go look at the house, from the outside. People still live there. And then go to the cemetery and see James Dean's grave, which was, of course, covered with lipstick smudges and guitar picks and all kinds of stuff. And but the cool thing is that, which I learned later, is that for a long time, people were using James Dean's image and not paying anything for the use of it. All those posters you saw in the 70s, And somebody finally went to the family and said, look, you guys own this. You should be licensing it. And so they got on it and they licensed it. And the result was, of course, millions of dollars. And as a result, when we were there, every grave in this little country churchyard had flowers on it. That they put flowers on. I don't know if it was every week or every day, but it was special. It was pretty cool. Anyhow, that's my James Dean tale. announcements. So once again, the Invisibles are whittling away. They're going to be gone soon. I look forward to the day. So now there's only two woman Invisibles, Kit Sarikaku and Judith Fox, and none of the men have come over yet. So we have David Harleyson and Mike Stillman and Joel Biget and Mario Prue and Bill Rubenstein. And I hope you guys will get on it and change your settings so that you can join the rest of us here on my feed, and I'll be able to see what you're doing. While the concert is going on, instead of having to go back and look afterwards. So Howard Hobbs is here. I think I said hi to pretty much everyone else so far. Michael Tierson and Ginger Hopper, hi from out in Washington State, rainy Washington State. I think that covers it. So we talked about the Invisibles. There is, as always, a PayPal link here for the Charlie the Dog Veterinary and Educational Fund. And I guess we'll run long today because I'm talking a lot. But Charlie the dog, we had a kind of Frankenstein moment this morning where we were at the park, and a couple women were walking in the opposite direction. And as usual, I tried to lure Charlie away with treats so that he didn't jump up on him and slam dunk him. But they said instead, "Oh!" And the one woman called him by his original name, which was Speckles. And it turned out she wasn't a previous owner. She was the woman at the rescue who trained him while he was living there. And she was so glad to see him. She said, if I didn't already have a dog, I would have taken him. And I said to myself, God, why did you have to have a dog? So it's cool for Charlie. He got to jump, kind of glom onto her and get his belly rubbed. And I asked her a couple questions and got a little information. She didn't know too much. But it was interesting. Dave Van Allen is here, and somebody else, Debbie Daniels, I see, is here. Welcome aboard, guys. So it's a good day for Charlie. He's now snoozing away over here. I think his eyes are opened, but he's lethargic, which is a good thing in Charlie land. And I am on today, Tuesday morning. Cozy Sheridan and Charlie Koch will be doing their live stream at 10:30 a.m. You can go to Cozy Sheridan's page to find that. And it's always a joy to hear those guys. They did just a killer concert here this weekend. I mentioned it yesterday. And then I'll be back on Wednesday at 3. And I'm going to put this old Gibson down and pick up my Prue for the last couple. So today's instrumental is My Secret Love. chord was for Linda Worster. She asked about a chord at the end of James Dean, but this one's even better. So that's My Secret Love, and I have one more for you today. As always, I want to thank you for joining me here. It gives my world a sense of order to get up in the morning and go, okay, I've got to get together my concert. Got to get Charlie under control. Let's make sure this is in tune. Yeah, pretty close. Okay, we're going to live with that. This song, if Michael Tierson is still here, I'm sure he'll be glad to hear this song. It's by Murray McLaughlin. It's one I do periodically. I first heard it by Tom Rush. Goodbye, Mama, goodbye to you too, Pa. Little sister, you're gonna have to wait a while to come along. And goodbye to this house and all its memories. We just got too old to say we're wrong. Have to take one last trip to my bedroom. I guess I'll have to leave some stuff behind. It's funny how these same old crooked pictures, they just don't look the same to me tonight. It ain't no use in shedding all your tears, Ma. Ain't no use in shouting at me, Pa. I can't live no longer with your fears, Ma. I love you, but that hasn't helped at all. Each of us must do the things that matter. All of us must see what we can see. Though it was long ago, you must remember that you were once as young and scared as me. I don't know how hard it is yet, Mama, when you realize you're growing old. I know how hard it is not to be younger. I know you've tried to keep me from the cold. Thanks for all you've done. It may sound hollow. Thank you for the good times that we've known. But I must find my own road now to follow. And you will all be welcome in my home. I got my suitcase, I will go now. I don't mind about the things you said. I'm sorry, Mom, I don't know where I'm going. Remember, little sister, look ahead. Tomorrow I'll be in some other sunrise. maybe there'll be someone by my side. So mama, give your love back to your husband. Father, you have taught me well. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mama. Goodbye to you too, Pa. I was thinking today as I was getting ready to sing that song how, I mean, there's a lot of people talk about this, is how you look in the mirror and you go, who is that guy? I'm still 18 years old on the inside. But, to sing that song and then say, yeah, I really connect with that song still, and it's still very touching to me. And then you go, wait, I'm 74 years old. What the fuck? But it's true. I guess we have all of the periods of our lives inside here. And if you're a singer, then the song you're singing is the era in your life that you inhabit for that 3 minutes or 5 minutes. So anyhow, I thank you all for joining me. I'm going to take a last little quick look here to see if I missed anybody. Debbie Daniels, I think I said hi to already. And Champagne Sumo. I do not do that song, Champagne Sumo. I'm sorry. It's a nice song, just not in my repertoire. And I appreciate seeing you all here. So I will sing you a little mantra. Be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. If you get cranky, take a nap. So Charlie and I wish you a happy day, a good couple days, maybe see you on Wednesday. Thank you again for joining me here.